Hello class. This is going to be a very brief recording on joins versus subqueries, Oracle's Chapter 7. You may want to print out the slides before you start listening to the recording. I'm on slide 2. In this chapter we demonstrate the use of subqueries as alternatives to joins. Slide 3, or basically what this chapter talks about. Well, the chapter shows how to create subqueries and how to use subqueries, and there's a lot of examples of how something that could be a join could be used as a subquery and so forth. But the one principal thing that I want you to get out of this chapter is when should you be using a subquery and when should you be using a join. When a column from a table needs to be in the result set, the table has to be in the outer query. If two tables are being joined, and if columns from both tables are in the result set, then a join is necessary. This type of join cannot be turned into a subquery because information from both tables has to be in the result set. If the result set does not need the columns from more than one table, then the join can be turned into a subquery. The other tables can be included such that the filtering conditions in the subquery and the filtering conditions can be in the subquery and the table that has the needed result columns in the outer query. So basically, when you need the output that you need from tables has to be in the outer query. And if you need information from all the tables, you're probably looking at a join. Okay, because you're going to have all the tables in the result set. But if there's some tables that you just need for joins, but you don't need the column in the outer query, then you could go ahead and create a subquery. That's the basic idea. So with that, I'm just going to let you get started on the chapter. So once again, if for example, if two tables are being used and if the columns from both tables have to be in the result set, then you have to do a join. But if the result set does not need the columns from one of the tables, you can do a subquery. So that is the basic distinction between the join and the subquery, is how many of the tables that you're using need to be in the result set. Okay, with this brief recording, I'm going to let you start the chapter because the chapter has a lot of examples that you need to go over and work on. And basically, the chapter goes over how to create subqueries and etc. But the one distinct thing that I thought you should know is when you should be using a subquery and when you should be using a join. Okay, with this, I'm going to end the recording, and bye for now.